Good evening and namaste. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Yamajit from Tradevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. And tonight we'll be doing a Kriya Yoga Satsang and practice. So just to give some background information, Kriya Yoga is one very simple definition would be the meditative yoga practiced by renunciates for thousands of years, made available to the general public beginning in the late 1800s. The man responsible for the beginning of the Kriya Yoga movement is this gentleman named Lahiri Mashaya, who began teaching these practices in the 1860s until his death in 1896. He was a disciple of Maha-Avatar Babaji. There are many different forms of Kriya Yoga. Part of the reason why is Lahiri himself taught the technique very differently to individuals depending on what he saw as their individual needs were. And the Kriya practices have changed over more than 100 years in different locations, among different communities, and as presented from different gurus. Tonight's Kriya practice is based on a technique that I was initiated in Varanasi, India, at the Chausati, that is the 64 Yogini temple located there. My Kriya guru was Mira Pandey, and tonight's practice is really centered on the devotion to the Divine Mother, especially Ma Kali or Ma Durga, although this practice could be adapted for other forms of the Divine Mother as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that when I go through some more of the details. Another definition of Kriya Yoga would be it's a technique that's designed to focus one's perception from the outside to within, to the center of one's being, and there finding that divine presence within oneself, so that that divine presence can inspire you to be its instrument in this plane of existence. So doing the work, accessing the divine is one part of it. But the other half of it is then letting that, becoming a channel of that divine essence upon this earth, basically working in a co-creative role with the divine in bringing about balance and harmony. So I want to begin by talking about the equipment that will be helpful in this practice. First thing that you'll want is some kind of yantra. A yantra is a geometric diagram designed to represent a particular form of the divine, a god or a goddess. The one that I just showed you was the yantra for Ma Kali, etched upon a copper plate. Here's more of a detail of the Kali yantra in traditional colors. For one's yantra, you can simply get a picture of the yantra, maybe something that's you printed offline, or something that you drew yourself, or painted yourself, or colored, and simply putting it in a small picture frame to protect it. Several of you who are watching tonight, who have done Kriya Yoga practice with me, have received small Sri yantras. And this yantra is useful in this practice as well. Really, this is a wonderful yantra to use for any aspect of the Divine Feminine that you might choose. If all else fails, if you have a favorite meditation stone, a crystal of some kind, in Nepalese shamanism, crystals are regarded as yantras formed by nature. And I've been to several temples in India, and especially many in Nepal, where stones have been used to represent a particular divinity. Something else you may want for your altar, and this part of it is completely optional, is a murti, some kind of image of the Divine Mother. This is one of the Nepalese forms of Kali, and Sveta Kali, the white Kali, and she is standing upon Lord Shiva. And on this altar, I have a small representation of Lord Ganesh as well, the remover of obstacles. And you're open to use any deity images that might call to you in this practice. One thing I'll say is if you do have a Ganesh image on your altar, it's customary to give offerings to the Ganesh image before any other images. So we're paying reverence to the remover of obstacles as we undertake our meditative and devotional work. You'll want some kind of perfume oil. This represents the earth element, our physical selves. Musk, which this one is very useful. Perfume for Kali. Sandalwood is a good overall. In selecting a perfume, follow your heart and your intuition. Some kind of food offering, usually a fruit. This represents the water element, our emotional selves. A candle or oil lamp to represent the fire elements, our ability to effect change and to transform. Some kind of incense holder, using Tibetan style rope incense tonight. This is for the air element and our mental selves, our intellectual selves. And some flowers, which represent the ether element, our spiritual selves. You'll want some kind of mala of 108 beads for counting the mantras. This one is made of bone, which is a traditional Kali material. For Kali as well, any kind of red glass bead or red gemstone bead, like this red jasper, would also work very well. For both Kali and Durga, also Rudraksha seeds, very traditional mala. And as I said, you can also honor other deities in this practice. You could have a separate mala for a separate mantra for Shiva, for example, or one for Durga, for Lakshmi, one for Saraswati, or Ganesha, or some other deity that you are called to devotional. And you'll also want some kind of water pot called an Achman pot. This is a traditional one from Nepal. It was made by a coppersmith in a village where I was teaching, and a spoon to go with it. Any kind of bowl for water will work, something in your home, and a small spoon, something like a demi-tasse spoon. And you can also buy traditional water pots and spoons on sites such as eBay and Amazon. And in just a moment, I'm going to turn the camera to focus on the altar. For those of you who've done this practice with me before, hopefully you have your Kriya altars with you. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get those things together while I make some announcements. So our Tuesday satsangs are continuing through the month. The next one is the 12th. Then the third one for May is the 19th. And the last one for the month is on the 26th. These are from 7 to 8:15 in the evening. This week's sadhana, satsang, I should say, which was presented on the 5th, is a series of exercises specifically designed as preparation for Kriya Yoga meditation. So it included a very simple chair yoga sequence and some pranayama, his yogic breath exercises. And so to enhance your Kriya Yoga practice, you're welcome to access that particular video and practice that sequence, and use that along with your Kriya practice. For our Friday night pujas and satsangs, next week will be a fire puja to the goddess Dashi, also known as Tripura Sundari, who just happens to be the goddess of Sri Yantra. And I have invested in a nice little internet Wi-Fi booster that is getting a nice signal out to my outdoor fire pits. This will be the first outdoor ceremony at the temple for the year. Hope everyone can join us for that. The following Friday, on the 22nd, I will be doing a Yoga Nidra meditation and Devi Puja. And then on the 29th of May, we will have this is going to be the 4th installment of the Ashtamatrika Goddess series, the collection of goddesses known as the 8 Little Mothers. And this month's satsang will be dedicated to the goddess Vaishnavi, who's a form of Mahalakshmi, the preserver. And if anyone ever has questions or would like a printed sheet of the practice we're doing tonight, feel free to email me at omcdevi, D-E-V-I, at gmail.com. Again, that's omcdevi at gmail.com. And to say hello to some people tonight. I see AJ has joined us. Namaste and welcome. And anyone else who happens to be joining us this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and make the camera adjustment so that we can focus on our meditation altar this evening. And something else that's very useful to have is some kind of surface for your altar, some kind of plate like I'm using here, or a stone. And tonight's practice, our intention, our sankalpa, is the same one that we've been using since March, and that is asking for the Divine Mother's guidance through these difficult times, for her healing and those in need, and this would include our friend Suzanne's son Jeffrey, who's recovering from surgery. Also, our friend Tommy's aunt, Mary Lou, who is currently hospitalized. We're also asking for help for those who are in financial need during these difficult times. Unemployment numbers are still high. And also comfort for those who have suffered losses during this time. And this would include our friend AJ, who's mourning the loss of his grandfather, and also my stepson Jacob, who has lost an uncle in just this last week. So before we begin the actual practice, I'd like to do a little preparatory exercise, a little meditation. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. It can be on the floor or a yoga mat like I am right now, maybe with a cushion behind your hips to make things more comfortable. Everything can also be done seated from a chair with your feet flat on the floor, maybe in front of a table where your altar is. You're going to want to be able to sit up with a straight spine. And I invite you now to close your eyes and begin breathing deeply. Long, slow, deep yogic breath. Inhaling, filling the abdomen, then the chest as you inhale, and as you exhale, emptying the chest and then the belly. So inhaling, belly, chest, exhaling, chest, belly. And as you breathe, I invite you to first visualize, and if you can, to feel a channel called Shushumna, which goes from the base of the spine through the crown of the head along the spinal column. This channel pierces all 7 chakras. I invite you to visualize it as a tube, thin tube of light, silvery or perhaps gold light. Again, see it, feel it in the base of the spine, through the crown of the head. And as you inhale, I invite you to see this tube of light expanding with each inhalation and contracting a little bit with each exhalation. So expanding as you inhale, contracting, getting thinner as you exhale. Now as you inhale, feel a current of cold energy coming down through the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Pause for a second, and as you exhale, feel a current of warm energy moving upwards from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So inhaling cool energy from the crown to the roots. Exhaling warm energy from the roots through the crown. Kriya Guru Mira described this as feeling as if you're receiving a gift from the divine with an inhalation, and that you're giving part of yourself to the divine in equal interchange as you exhale. So we're going to add a mantra now to the practice. You're still going to inhale and bring the energy down, but as you exhale and move the energy up, you're going to chant Om in a 2-note form. So inhale, and then Om. As you raise the energy. As you do this, focus your closed eyes slightly upward toward your third eye. Visualizing light in that region. Now to take a deep and clearing breath. Let go of the meditation. Let your breath return to normal. Become aware of your surroundings, beginning with the sounds you hear, sensation of your body sitting. Move your fingers and toes, arms and legs and hands a little bit, and slowly open your eyes. So you've now done just a very simple form of Kriya meditation. The Kriya guru Ganesh Baba described all forms of Kriya as taking place in 4 stages. The first is posture, sitting with a straight spine. The second is pranayama, the deep inhalation and exhalation, while moving the energy up and down the spine. This is called Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. The third stage is pinealization, focusing on the third eye region, turning the eyes slightly upward, focusing whatever light is produced by that effect. And the final is pranavmentation, the use of mantra as part of the practice. Our mantra, in this case, being Om. So our Kriya practice, very ancient. You'll find versions of it in such scriptures as the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra and the Tudala Tantra, among others. They're something that has strongly influenced the form of Kriya that we'll be practicing tonight, including the opening puja and the use of mantra, came from my guru's guru, a very well-known tantric guru from India named Narayan Dutt-Shamali, who taught a mantra-based form of Kriya. So, those of you who have the altar items, hopefully they're spread out before you and ready to use. By the way, if something is missing, you don't have flowers, for example, grains of unbroken rice can always be offered in their place. And for those of you who don't have an altar set up, I invite you to follow along with the meditation and the mantras and to take part as well. So we'll begin our formal Kriya practice. I invite you to bring the palms of your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. And we'll begin our practice by chanting the syllable Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale and exhale if your eyes were closed. I invite you to slowly open your eyes. And so we'll begin the cleansing and hallowing phase using the water pot and the spoon. We're going to begin the Om chant that we just did, chanting Om, raising the energy from the root to the crown, and then as we inhale, bringing that energy back from the crown to the root. Om. your spoon with some water, pouring in your left hand. Om, cleansing your hands, anointing your third eye and your heart. Om, and sprinkling some water around the altar. Om. And now the 5 elemental offerings, beginning with fire, lighting the candle. Om, circling the candle flame 3 times. Om, blessing yourself with the flame, your third eye and heart. Om, lighting the incense, symbolic of our mental selves. Om, circle 3 times. Om, sprinkle a little water to cool the atmosphere. Om, then offer the food, circling 3 times. Om, water element, our emotional selves. Om, and the perfume oil, we'll start with Ganesh. Om, anointing any images, plus our yantra. Om, any excess oil can go to the backs of the hands. Om, and finally offering flowers. Om. Om, bringing your hands to heart center. Om, bowing to the altar. Om. So, very basic puja. It's called a pancha puja or 5 element puja. And really the language behind that is what we're truly offering is ourselves. We're saying to the Divine Mother, take us as your offering. Take our consciousness, our actions, and our ability to transform the fire. Take our mental, intellectual selves, the incense. Take our emotional selves, the food. Take our physical selves, the perfume. And take our spiritual selves, the flowers. Take us as your offering. Heal us, transform us, purify us, and make us your instruments upon this earth, your vehicles for change, for balance, and for harmony and healing. So the next phase of our Kriya practice involves a water blessing, really a series of water blessings. We're going to bless ourselves and our surroundings using water, and we're going to use a mantra as well. And the mantra that we'll use for this practice with Kali, Durga, really overall Divine Mother mantra is called the Navarna mantra. And that mantra is Om, Aing, Rim, Klim, Chamundaye, Viche. And there's a couple of interpretations to this mantra. Om is the universal mantra of expanding consciousness and creation. Aing is the mantra of the goddess Sarasvati, the creative principle. Reem would be for the goddess Lakshmi, for preservation. Kleem is for Ma Kali, the destructive principle, destruction followed by renewal. And then Chamunda, the oldest form of Kali, also a title for Durga. Viche is similar to the word Vijay, which means victory. So one interpretation would be in the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction, victory to the Divine Mother. Another interpretation comes from the term Chamundaye Viche, if you break those up into syllables. Chamundaye means forces that move within our head, our thoughts, and Viche to purify. So another interpretation of this mantra would be again Om in the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction, purify our thoughts, or purify our being as well. So to do this initial blessing, we pull out our left hand, we place water in our left hand, cover it with our right, and we repeat the mantra. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche, and then sprinkle it overhead. Now we're going to purify ourselves. We've purified ourselves without. Now we're going to purify ourselves within. We're going to do 3 sips of water. So again, holding out the left, pouring water in the left and sipping. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Second sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Third sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then with our right hand, we take our thumb, middle finger, and ring finger, put it on the back of our head, right where the skull meets the spinal cord. And with our left hand, flick away the excess water. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And what we're doing is we're blessing a very important part of our subtle anatomy, because along that line, back of the head, there's the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, our third eye, also the medulla, a very busy area in terms of meditation. And that flicking away of the water is symbolic of us getting rid of anything that's gets in the way of distracting us from our ability to perceive the divine. Now the next phase is called a kavacham. And kavacham means armoring. And we're going to bless ourselves by putting the mantra in different parts of the body. And this particular blessing, I've also seen pilgrims bathing in the river Ganges in Varanasi doing the same thing as they come out of the water. So we take some water, put it in our left hand, dip all 5 fingers, and first we anoint the corners of our mouth. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Think of it as we're honoring our sense of taste, our ability to vocalize. Then the sides of our nose. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche, the olfactory sense, our breath. Then the outer corners of the eyes. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Blessing our sense of sight. And then our two ears. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Our ability to hear. And then our shoulders. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Sense of touch. And then the knees. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Our devotional sense. And then flicking the water overhead again. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. And then a final sanctification of the sight. We're going to take some more water in our left hand. Dip with all 5 fingers. Flip the water ahead of us. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Flick it to the left. To the right. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. So ahead, right, then behind. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. Then to the left. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. And sprinkling overhead one last time. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. So that was the sanctification phase of our practice, the self-blessing of our surroundings. Now we're going to repeat the mantra 108 times using our mala. So first we bless the mala by sprinkling water on it. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. And then we're going to repeat the mantra 108 times. Those of you who don't have an altar set up, you're welcome to chant the mantra along with me. Or you can just simply meditate in silence and let the mantra take you wherever you need. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. 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 Om Aing Rim Klim Shamandaye 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 Viche. Close your eyes. Deeply feel the effects of the mantra. You are awakening the divine presence within yourself. In balance, let that mantra's energy go to those closest to us who are in need. And anything left can be grounded into the earth for healing. And then offer your mala to the yantra. And I always like to offer a flower as well. Now, something I'll say about the mantra phase of this practice. is you can do the single mantra, or you can have additional malas, and you can do a round of a mantra for some other deity that you're close to. So you could have a mala for Ganesh and do a round of Om Ganapate Namo Namah. Or you could have a mantra for Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Or a mantra for another goddess like Saraswati, Om Aim Namah. And my teacher, when she would do this practice, she had a large container full of malas. And during this part of the practice, she would just do mala after mala after mala, offering each one. And she would do this practice for as long as 5 hours a day. So you can do this as a single practice for Ma Kali, Ma Durga, or you can add or substitute other deities with this practice. So it's a very versatile practice depending on your needs as an individual. So now that we've completed the mala, we're going to do several rounds of the true Kriya itself. So sitting up straight, closing our eyes, focusing our gaze toward the third eye, focusing on the light. We're going to inhale, bringing the energy down through the crown of the head to the base of the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to chant Om, Om, raising that energy from the root through the crown. And I'm going to use this little wrist mala to count 27 repetitions. Sit comfortably with a straight spine, close the eyes, focus the gaze slightly upward on the light. Bring the energy down with the inhalation, up with an exhalation and neutral. Again, if nothing else, I invite you to just chant along with the mantra. Let your breath return to normal, keeping your eyes closed, relaxing your gaze, back straight. And then just let yourself meditate in the stillness and the silence, which is the effect of the Kriya practice. In this state, you may flashes of insight, things going on in your life may still manifest, but just witness them in a detached manner from a distance. Still and silent witnessing a state of consciousness very similar to that produced by a raindrop. This is actually the goal of practice. And then we need to finish. And you find yourself finishing. Try. Take a deep and calm breath. Let yourself become aware of your surroundings. As you move a little bit, slowly open your eyes. Hopefully, the flowers that you have. Bringing your hands to heart center and namaste. And next one is water. Jai Ma, victory to the mother. I'm going to adjust the camera toward myself. And namaste, Deborah. Namaste, Rafa and Susan. Again, namaste and hello and thank you, AJ. And thank you for whoever gave a like to this broadcast. So those of you who have been watching, I invite you to regularly use Tuesday's broadcast, the chair yoga and pranayama exercises. And I invite you to regularly use this video for your own personal Kriya practice. Those of you who have been doing this with me before, I think that you would agree that this is a very transformative practice. As you practice this technique, all kinds of wonderful things can happen. Flashes of insight, important situations. Maybe over time you find yourself handling things, situations in a more positive, more healthy manner. Maybe the right teacher or the right comes to show you what you need to learn at a given time, or the right book falls into your hand, or the right opportunity comes along for you to express that divine part of yourself, especially in the service of others. So this practice can open up a great deal of very exciting explorations. Again, feel free to contact me with any questions. Email auncdevi@gmail.com. That's auncdevi@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. Wish you well, health, happiness, safety in the days ahead. I look forward to you joining me again on Tuesday and Friday next week. Namaste. Jai Matavi. Good night. And thank you.